POV's content may not be suitable for some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable for some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to modern audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to modern audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised.
Mr. Tony, Christmas. It looks like you got a hippopotamus for Christmas. Oh.
I did get a hippopotamus.
Oh no, that's Mimi Goody.
Oh! And then Jamie Hughes responded back saying, "At least it's real," and he put a laughing emoji. Ray Harvey responded, "So is your hairline."
Oh,
what the hell is going on?
I mean, who doesn't like a good teasing? Yeah, you should talk, Mr. Rick. I hear you in your bedroom every night.
Oh.
Gonna stone my boots in the
French dressing?
Croissant.
French toast?
Wait, French fries?
English muffin? Wait, no, that's
Wait, what?
She was nose deep in Rhonda's anus. In her butthole.
to license.
That's gonna happen.
Let me smell that.
Scratch and sniff.
Here's your headline.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV. I'm your host, Tony Diaz, along with Mimi Goody.
Happy New Year.
Jesus, that was loud. And the third wheel, Rick Serrano the third.
Hey, people!
And our intern, Miguel Cole.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
All right. Almost at the end of the year, people.
Oh,
How was everybody's
Mr. Tony,
Christmas?
It looks like you got a hippopotamus for Christmas. Oh,
I did get a hippopotamus.
Oh, no, that's Mimi
for
Goody.
Christmas.
Oh!
Damn. Wow, already starting. Is that how we're ending the new year, Miguel?
I mean, it's the way we started, the way we left off.
That is true. So everybody had a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Santa Claus? I mean, Rick, did Santa Claus get you a new phone?
No.
No, nothing. Okay.
But I did get the man T-shirt. Yes.
What's that?
Becky Lynch's shirt.
Oh, the Becky Lynch's shirt? Oh.
Oh, so jealous.
Oh, fancy.
I want the band T-shirt.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We got SmackDown, NXT, and a little bit of Raw. And me and Rick, we're going to read off our top 10.
All right.
For the year. For the whole year.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So it is 5 o'clock somewhere. And I'm going with a little Bud Light line. Yes, I am. I started drinking again. That was short-lived. And going with the Bud Light Lime and a little Coquito.
Wow.
I have the little Coquito drink here.
Now, for our listeners that don't know what it is, tell them what it is, Tony.
If you gave me 2 more seconds, I was about to.
All right.
What a Coquito drink is a Puerto Rican eggnog, so to speak.
It's a coconut nog.
A coconut nog. I was just about to say that, Mimi. Jesus. But it's very good, very intoxicating. And that's weird.
Intoxicated already.
That's a weird word for a Hispanic guy to say too. Intoxicating. So Mimi's also going with a Bud Light lime and some kind of wine. Is it Merlot?
Is it Merlot?
She went with the Merlot. And Rick, what do you have?
I got saliva.
And Rick is going with the saliva drink.
Yeah.
So very good. Interesting.
The natty saliva.
Yeah.
More like a double dreamish saliva.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so before we go any further, we have to go over the Facebook poll and hater comment of the week. Now, there wasn't really a poll this week, but we did have some postings. And I'm going to read it.
Well, there was one poll, Tony. It was the Festivus poll.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, the Festivus poll. And if you're not familiar with the Festivus poll, go watch a couple episodes of Seinfeld.
I know, man. Come on.
Exactly. Type in Festivus for the rest of us, and it'll take you right to that episode.
Feats of strength.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a post of us wishing everybody a happy holidays from the Wrestling POV crew, which is myself, Rick Serrano III, Mimi Goody, Miguel, Elio Canella, and TJ Logan. Those guys, the last episode, they just tore the house down.
They sure did.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
so,
New Japan,
so Josh,
Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it, to be honest. And they invited us to the show too, which is weird. Anyway,
more work. Thanks, guys.
More work. Thanks, guys. Yeah. All right. So Josh Sanders said, "Merry Christmas. Hope Rick Serrano III got another phone for Christmas." Oh boy, Rick.
Man, I know he meant well, but you know what? Go refrigerate yourself.
And that's exactly what you replied to him. From the second row, who said the second guy in the end looks like he's trying to poo. What's with the ball, dude? And Wrestling POV responded, he's TJ from our brother station, Wrestling POV Global. And that was said about 10 times. What the hell happened here?
Because
it repeated it.
The thing was, Miguel was just angry because Miguel knows that from the second row is TJ Logan. So TJ Logan wants to just talk about himself. So Miguel had to put him on blast. You got that right. Like, come on. Why you got to talk about yourself? Let the fans talk about you. Jeez Louise.
Damn. Wow.
And how come I wasn't invited to the show?
I don't know.
Well, that's why I have a problem with them.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Holy shit.
You want to go global? I'll go there.
Oh, damn.
All right, so the other post that was put up was I wanted to know, early prediction, who do you think will win the Royal Rumble between the men and the women? A lot of one-sidedness here on a particular individual. So I asked you guys last week, and what did you say, Rick?
I went with Andrade and Almas.
Interesting pick. And for the female?
Female, I would have to go with... Gotta go with the man. I gotta go with Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch? Okay. All right. Mimi? Who'd you pick? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either.
You don't remember?
I said Nia Jax.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm. That's for the women.
That's for the women.
Clearly.
For the men?
John Cena.
John Cena.
What?
Somebody else said that too. Yeah, weird. So these are some of the comments. Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins. No. Becky Lynch, AJ Styles.
No.
Styles is a strong pick, they replied. Charlotte Flair and Finn Balor.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Now this one I thought was off. Becky Lynch and
stupid.
Lars Sullivan.
That's even more stupider.
It is. It's stupider a word.
Stupider-erous.
Okay, sure. AJ and Becky and Finn, Seth and Becky again.
Becky's not winning now. Damn it.
Now check this out. This guy goes Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. So this guy Dennis Green responded by saying, but it's too obvious, so they'll screw it up and go Braun Strowman and Ronda Rousey.
Oh my God.
And then he responded, Count Levy, that's his name. He said, if not Seth, it will be a draw. Oh, never mind. It will be Drew. And if not Becky, it will be Charlotte. You can already see the plan in the works. Shut up.
He's right.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. All right, so this guy,
not the writers.
Hans Dijon, he said possible for men, Dijon, right? AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, or Finn Balor, and then women's Becky Lynch, Charlotte, or Nia Jax. I only said pick one.
Exactly.
Tony.
That's not what he's asking.
It's not what I'm asking. Anthony Marcus says Kenny Omega. Does he know something we don't?
Interesting.
Oh,
Right?
Lord.
All right.
stupid.
So now, Travis Varble, he says Shane McMahon and Mandy Rose.
Oh, I forgot about him.
He better not be in it.
There's no way.
Oh,
He better not. I'll be pissed.
I forgot about Shane.
I'll be
McMahon.
so mad. Tony Day said Becky Lynch to get a shot at Rousey's at Mania and Drew McIntyre. Okay.
All right.
Lynch, from Vincent O'Connell. He said Lynch and a surprise entrant, Aleister Black.
Oh.
Yeah. Another one is Ruby Riott and AJ Styles.
Okay.
Okay. This one I like, Drew and Ember.
That's because Ember's your chocolate.
Yeah.
I didn't say it.
Sugar
Somebody
mama.
else did. God
That's your
dang.
Dallas cowgirl.
That's why you was like, ooh, this is interesting.
You damn right.
So interesting. Ew.
So,
Intoxicating.
it is intoxicating. Kenny.
It's an aphrodisiac.
Oh.
Bow, chicken, wow, wow.
Yeah, daddy.
Seth Rollins and Sasha Banks.
No.
Andrade's Cien Almas.
Hey.
And Becky Lynch.
Hey.
That must be Rick Serrano.
Some guy named Jamar Mazal Chambers.
That's my boy.
Oh, okay, you know.
That's why.
I don't know.
Anthony Pyro Madison. He said Truth and Carmella.
Oh my God! Imagine
Lord.
that. That would be hilarious.
And speaking of hilarious, the guy responded, Kenny Fazzo says, the man has jokes. Here's an interesting one. Bobby Lashley and Ruby Riott.
That is interesting,
Yeah.
but in an interesting way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a stupid.
No.
Not a
Okay, that's
stupid.
3 times we said that. All right. The next one was Lynch and Sami Zayn. Sammy's not going to be ready till WrestleMania.
Sammy's not winning the Royal Rumble, guys.
No. Now, this one I'm already nominating for not just hater comment of the week, but the dumbest fucking comment of the week.
Oh man.
Listen to this.
Here
The
we
guy said, but it's actually funny. Steven Blocker, I'm putting you on blast, my friend. Shit, I lost it. No, there it goes. I found it. He goes, the Red Rooster and Santina Morella.
Oh, blocker.
Yeah. Yep, Steven Blocker.
Your name should become Steven Block him because
Yeah, so Kenny Fazzo
Blockhead.
posted a gif of one of the Three Stooges getting pie thrown at his face. And I responded with a gif of Bumbleclot. Whoa, you what?
Boobaclut.
Bumbleclot.
Bullet.
Nah. All right, the last bit of comments. Josh Sanders, he said Finn Balor and Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
And then he puts a gift of our truth. Matt Novak said Finn and Flair. Okay.
All right.
And Jeff Ninja Codney Kingsley champion.
Interesting.
They gotta get some better names than the. But I feel bad for him. I think he thought I was being serious, but he said Jeff Hardy and Naomi, and I said very bold pick. Interesting. He goes, thank you.
Hey, it is a bold pick.
That is a very
He's a
bold
very
pick.
polite man.
He probably is. He is. Looks like he's from Africa or some parts down there.
Well, that's probably why. They're very proper.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Well, they tend to be very
I'm sorry, he just
intoxicating.
destroyed your name.
It's very intoxicating. Yes. Yes.
He destroyed your name.
I did destroy. I said I was sorry.
Yeah, no, you won't.
Ray Harvey said Seth frickin' Rollins. And a little bit of a feud happened here. It said Jamie Hughes responded. He said, grow up.
What?
Ray Harvey. Yeah. Ray Harvey said Tiger Woods. I'm like, okay. And then Jamie Hughes responded back saying, at least it's real. And he put a laughing emoji. Ray Harvey responded, so is your hairline.
Oh,
What the hell is going on?
God.
Wow.
Sounds personal.
I think so. So then Jamie Hughes responded back saying, "So is Jay. Do you think I look like Ashley Kane?" I don't know where this is going. Must be a personal feud that's going on our page. Seriously, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Isn't that funny?
Shazar Hani. He says Seth and Becky. Trinity Morris. He was a former champion, right?
Yeah.
Or she? Is it a she or he? He. My bad. He said Seth and Becky. Jay Havel. He said the man, Becky Lynch and Drew McIntyre.
All right, interesting.
That's how he sounds, too.
Yeah.
Yes, Alcantara.
Yeah. Hamang Jesus. He said R-Truth and Carmella. And Paul T. Phillips says Kevin Owens and Becky Lynch.
That's not far-fetched.
That's not far.
But he's not due back until close to WrestleMania.
Oh, well,
Says
we'll
who,
see.
you?
We'll see.
It reports out there, yeah.
Well, the reports could be lying.
They're not lying.
I haven't heard anything from Rick Serrano III, the greatest injury report writer out there.
Yeah, exactly. Only thing he does right, goddamn. Wait, what? But no, now speaking of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and I'm glad they brought this up. WWE, Vince, again, are you listening?
No.
Yes.
You need to be listening. Do not spoil the day that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come back. Stop. No more. Don't show it that they're coming soon. You know, they love. I don't know who went into Vince's ear and said, Vince, you got to start teasing it that way. That'll draw audience. No, it won't. I mean, yeah, kind of, yeah, but no. You're defeating the surprise factor here. You know what I'm saying? I hate it when they do that.
I mean, who doesn't like a good teasing? Yeah, you should talk, Mr. Rick. I hear you in your bedroom every night.
Damn!
Really?
Damn, what?
Wow.
Really?
Who shit in his coffee?
Somebody did.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
So who's the hater alert?
That blocker dude.
I think Booker, yeah.
Steven
Steven Booker?
I thought it was Blocker.
Blocker?
But I turned my thing on. I don't know who the.
All right,
Yeah,
Steven
him.
Blocker. Go ahead, Miguel. Okay, Steven Blocker. Hater alert. Boo-boo.
Yeah, man.
the hell?
All right.
Boo,
So,
boo.
all right. So before we go any further, we have to talk about the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Rick.
All right, before we do that, let's get into some birthdays. All right, the King of Swing, Cesaro, turns 38 years old.
Wow, 38.
38.
Holy shit.
Gotta give him a run. He gotta get a title.
Yeah. Well, he had a title. Tag team.
Tag team titles, that's it. And the U.S. title.
So, do you think he deserves a
No.
world
He
title
needs
run?
a single run. Give him the IC title.
He had the IC title, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think it was only the U.S. that one time.
Just the U.S., yeah.
So then he had a title.
Charlotte's around here walking around 8-time champ, and all these other people 7-time champs, and Cesaro only had one title reign. So what?
So what?
Do you think, though, he's at that level to where he can...
I think he can get back to that level.
Yeah?
He could.
Man, exactly. Word to herd. All right, and last but not least, the most perfect birthday of all is on Rusev Day, on Christmas Day, Rusev's birthday. Rusev turns 34 years old.
34?
34?
Wow. How's Lana?
Come on, Tony. You gotta ask these hard-hitting questions.
It's what I do. That's my job, man.
Lana's old enough. She's of age.
I don't think so. I think there's like a big 10-year gap between
No,
the
I
two.
think,
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
Lana
so.
is 31.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she was still in her 20s, like her
No,
mid-20s.
Nah, she's...
I could have sworn.
No, I don't think so.
You sure?
All right, well...
What?
All right.
She's gonna look it up right now. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! It took that long. Alright, it is now...
She was born in 1985.
Okay.
Alright, so she's 33.
33? Oh,
Yes.
all right, goddamn.
Wow. Just like her breast cup size.
Say it. You were wrong.
Okay, then. 33.
Yeah,
So be it.
yeah.
Jesus.
It is now time for the wrestling news from around the world. Ronaldo was in a bad car accident this past week as a car hit him straight on at full speed. No major injuries. He was just really shaken up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he tweeted the picture of the accident, and that must have been a really hard hit.
yeah.
And he posted that, he made a comment and said, yeah, still trying to get me down. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, man, the guy
Poor
is a rock and roller, man. He's lived a crazy life.
Yeah.
And just glad he's okay, man, because he has definitely turned NXT around with his voice.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, so glad he's okay. Speaking of not okay, Enzo Amore says why he invaded WWE at Survivor Series. He said he knew it would piss Vince off, and that he knew Vince would respect it.
What?
Yeah. So Vince McMahon would be like, "Oh, he's an asshole, but I respect it." No, I don't see that. I don't see it at all.
The fans didn't respect it.
But yet he was at Madison Square Garden too the other day.
Yeah, asking for change, I heard.
Oh, really?
Nah, he was outside trying to get in, and apparently he didn't get in. But this dude gotta just stop it. If Vince didn't come up with it, he's not gonna respect it.
No, that's true.
That's all I got for the news this week.
All right, straight on to rumors.
You're French now?
Yeah, I'm French. You know that? With the intoxicating. I have the intoxicating rumors.
Oui, un, deux, trois.
Oui. I ain't talking about nobody's oui.
La résistance,
Voulez-vous coucher à ce soir?
Not even that.
Et maintenant c'est toi, hein? Oh, oui.
All right, stop with the French.
French dressing?
Croissant.
French toast.
Wait, French fries?
English muffin. Wait, no, that's
Wait, what?
Damn it, I fucked it up. All right. So, the rumors. Paige will be getting a new role within the WWE.
Didn't I tell you?
I told you. Yeah, for fake. Early speculation is that she will be joining the kickoff panel as an analyst. Something similar to what Booker T is doing now. Yeah. No? Nothing?
Yo, they just shucky-duckied her, son.
They did.
They shucky ducky quack quack.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Xavier was the shucky ducky quack quack. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Yes,
He sure did.
Rob Van Dam is teasing that he'll be making a return of some sort.
Whoop the fucking do.
Yeah.
No, don't, please.
Stay wherever you at.
It's smoking weed, apparently. Big pothead. So, I could not reveal this person, but it was told to me when asked about Shinsuke Nakamura's status with the WWE. And the only response I was able to get was, he's not going back to Japan.
Wow.
Which is weird because there were two rumors out there. One was because, spoiler alert, because he dropped the U.S. title and that his contract was ending and he was going to go back to New Japan. Now, my thing was this. I saw an earlier interview before I went and asked this person. And I saw an earlier interview where he said, they asked him that. They said, well, your contract's going to be ending in, I think, April of next year. And he said, well, we haven't talked yet, but, hey, the money's right. I'll definitely stay. But that's all he said.
He said it just like that?
Yeah, he did. This English is very, very good. Very good.
As good as yours, it might be
as good as mine.
Not as good as yours.
So that was a while ago, and then of course it comes back up. Now my thing is that his contract doesn't expire till April. People, they're trying to act like he's going to be at Wrestle Kingdom. They're trying to do something like he's going to be at. He's not, because number one, even when he was in New Japan, he couldn't sign with the WWE till after the Royal Rumble, anyways. Okay, so it works kind of for New Japan and WWE because then when these guys' contract expire, they can't make it to Wrestle Kingdom and vice versa. You know, New Japan signs these guys till after the Royal Rumble, so that way they won't make a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. So we'll see. Now, the other one, the other rumor to that was about Dolph Ziggler. Apparently, Shinsuke Nakamura gave him the contact info for people in New Japan. So his contract is coming up, but we don't know if he's really going to go to New Japan.
But didn't he just sign a 3-year deal? Like
I
worth
thought
millions?
it was a short-term deal where it will be expiring soon.
Oh, okay.
I remember that, and it won't. He's another one it won't expire till I think like April or May. So, but it was just weird how the rumor was that Shinsuke hooked him up with people in New Japan. You know what I'm saying? Why would they say that? It's weird.
Unless he was hooking him up with one of those massage parlors in Japan.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
A little bit late. I was on Japan time.
All right, so Finn Balor, he is in for a big push.
Out the door?
Out the door, probably.
Out the
right?
door, exactly.
And finally, after hearing Vince Claus on Monday Night Raw saying about the tag team titles for the women, it is said that the women's tag team titles could appear as early as the Royal Rumble.
Wow.
Yeah. So, are you excited? Nobody's excited?
Not until it happens.
Really?
Exactly.
It's been a while.
Teasing it for the longest now.
For the longest tongue?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. So now, what's interesting is the last time there was a women's title, tag title, sorry. Do you know who they were?
No.
No, it was the Jumping Bomb Angels. And it existed from, they were the last ones to hold it. And that was in 1989, February 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 years old.
Yeah. So
I was like almost a senior in high school.
I already graduated. I was in the Army by then. Yeah. But
I thought, but from my calculations, Mr. Tony, you were 45.
Hey. Dick. All right, so that's all the rumors I got. Rick, what do you got for injuries?
I got no injuries, so we're good.
How's the Rick's shoulder doing?
The Rick shoulder?
The Rick shoulder is doing better. If you smell what the Rick is cooking. No, actually it is doing a lot better.
What is it? Since you brought it up,
no, it was just
might as well tell us.
It was just a saying.
No, you have us intrigued now.
What
You want us to smell what you're cooking, but yet you're not gonna say what the hell you're cooking?
It was
I'm curious.
Lasagna?
Rice and beans and lasagna.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, those are good.
Try a little mix, Puerto Rican, Italian. Why don't you throw them all together?
Hey.
Hey. Not the Canadian, eh? It's the Italiano.
Yay!
Hey.
Okay. So nothing in. All right.
No, yeah, so no injuries. My shoulder is doing a lot better. Physical therapy is going to be physical therapy. It hurts. Ain't nothing good about it. And you know what happens now in this part of physical therapy? The massages are like 2 minutes now. They used to be like 10 minutes. It used to be like, oh, yeah, that's nice. Now it's like 2 minutes. And like, all right, do your work. The hell? Come on.
Wow. All right.
And speaking of which, one of the guys that work at the physical therapy, he loves wrestling. And I was talking to him about wrestling, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a podcast. You should check it out, Wrestling POV. It's available on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those good things. So make sure you check it out."
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's all I got.
And we got a new brother station too.
Oh yeah, Wrestling POV Global. Those guys do great
Those
too.
guys, yeah, they do good. All right, so let's go on to Raw notes, shall we?
Do it
Now, obviously, this was all pre-recorded, so I'm just going to run through it. All right.
Let's do it.
Because for me, anyway.
Your mark?
Ronda Rousey versus Natalia. The winner was Rousey. I mean, is that obvious? But there was a picture.
Exactly. I don't know if she was really the winner.
I know, right? I think all the men were the winner and some women. Sonya Deville's got to be one of them. But that was terrible. Anyway, there's a picture going around of Natalia. She was going for a pin, and she kind of went down close. Well, she didn't go close. Nose deep. She was nose deep in Ronda's anus. In her ball.
She was in there.
You couldn't see her nose. That's how deep she was in that shit.
She was past the taint.
She was way past the taint. Wow.
She was about to put her hair up and square up? Is that what you're saying?
Blah, blah, blah. Don't be upset, Natty.
Right? But yeah, so, I mean, the real winners, I think it was the men and some women. So I had to say it like that. Wow. All right.
But this match was terrible. Gotta throw that out there.
I heard, I don't know how much truth this was, but I heard that this match was done on the spot.
Yeah, it had to be. Because I was complaining, like, why is Natalia talking the whole match? Mm-hmm. Like I see John Cena and Big Show do it more than anybody, but this match, Natalia was like, all right, this is what you're going to do now.
Yeah, and she never talks.
No. I'm going to stick my nose in your anus now, all right? You ready?
Wow! That's going to happen.
Let me smell that.
Scratch and sniff.
Smells like a little shit to me.
She's like, Rhonda, did you shit yourself? Nah, you're good.
Is you just short?
Oh my god. What the fuck?
But there was so much talking. Terrible.
There was a lot of talking. Yeah, this match was pretty bad. Then up next it was Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. Seth Rollins won. Then it was the 34th Street Fight. Miracle on 34th Street Fight. Elias versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley. Now, I got to tell you. At first I was like, you got to be kidding me, right? But they do hurt. The Legos.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Now, of course, obviously, it's supposed to be tax. And they teased it like that. And I was like, and then when I saw the Legos come out, I was like, serious? But they do hurt, though.
What's crazy, though, is that these fans get on the indie people all the time about Legos, but when the Legos came out, everybody was like, oh, yeah!
Yeah. Oh. The stupidos. Anyway.
They must have been very intoxicated.
They were very intoxicating.
Not intoxicated enough.
Apparently not. Elias wins. Tag team championship. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Revival. They beat them. They won. Now, my thing is this. They went through all this shit and hyped up the Revival to do a title match that day. So now what?
I told you last week. It's ridiculous that they did that. Crazy.
It's called Barry.
No, they buried him good enough, but
now they're 12 feet under instead of 6.
Oh, they're a tag team, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got it.
Not my best.
No, it wasn't. All right, triple threat. Finn Balor versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre.
Speaking of burial.
Yeah.
I know.
But Finn Balor did win. And we always complain about Finn Balor getting buried, right?
Yeah, but he's been winning, but he's winning against Drew McIntyre.
True.
But I did like what they did at the ending here, where Drew was upset that Dolph was the one that took the pin, and Drew was like, I have to get rid of you. So that was actually pretty cool, and hopefully they end it now. Yeah, they're going to be a cage match.
Next week, hopefully it'll end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And hopefully Finn now moves on to something bigger and better. Like you said, he's going to get a push. So he's been beating Drew McIntyre the last couple of weeks. Give him a big push now.
Yep. But I also heard, too, that they're going to push Drew, but they're going to push Finn first. Wow, that's a tongue twister.
Oh, Finn,
they're going to push Finn first.
Finn, Drew, Finn.
That
Finn,
one.
Finn.
Yeah. And then it was Ember Moon, Sasha Banks, and Bayley versus Alicia Fox, Dana Brooke, and Mickey James. Where were they going with this?
Nowhere.
The ending.
Okay, good.
Basically.
I just, because I thought there were. Winners were Ember Moon, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. But then there was a promo by Paul Heyman. Singing
Riot
his little
Squad
song.
attacked. That's what
That's right. That's what happened.
So they
yeah.
can stand tall.
Yeah. So, which is good. Hey, I'm happy. Sarah Logan got married.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple days ago. And she had a Viking wedding.
Nice.
So, yeah, congratulations to her. Paul Heyman did this little singing thing. Trash talks, of course. Braun came out, put him in the red nose, and this was just downright terrible.
It was terrible,
yeah. And then Heath Slater versus Jinder Mahal. He won by DQ because Santa came out, and it was Rhino.
Yay. They're coming back. They're mixing it up. The big men. They're doing it.
Because they were the main event. Were they?
No, the main event was Seth and this dude and Baron Corbin.
Okay, yeah. No, that's because I said it in the beginning. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, main event: Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin.
It was the same recipe.
Same recipe.
Cooking the same way.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said too, and it was pre-recorded. We all knew that.
Yeah.
Same thing with SmackDown. We all knew that. So that is your Raw.
Rick didn't know that.
It's still real to Rick.
It's still real to me, damn it.
With that being said, we're going to take a quick pause for the cause. When we come back, then we got SmackDown Breakdown and NXT POV. Be right back.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to the Wrestling POV podcast.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Wrestling POV is affiliated with the Collar Noble brand. Go to collarnoblebrand.com and save yourself 10% by using promo code WPOV. You know, I wouldn't have to keep saying this if you guys used our promo code, which is WPOV, and you can save yourself 10%. Every week I say this, save yourself 10% by using promo code WPOV. Would you rather me to be telling you something else? Of course you'd rather me be telling you something else. But until you start using promo code WPOV, this is what you're going to get every single week. So go to collarnoblebrand.com, save yourself 10% by using promo code, what is it? WPOV. Yes, you heard it, WPOV. Save yourself 10% on t-shirts, hoods, hoodies, hats, all good stuff. Not the, I don't know if they got underwear yet. We're still working on that. But yeah, save yourself 10% WPOV. It is now time for the SmackDown Breakdown!
Break it down! Let's break, little man. Break down.
Alright, and SmackDown Live opens up with Truthy Claus and Carmelfa. That's a little weird.
God.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
When Daniel Bryan came
Dance
out.
party!
Daniel Bryan came out and did his little tickle pickle. And but what I did like was the seriousness from R-Truth and saying, hey, you know what? You may think of me as a joke, but I'm number 30 in the Royal Rumble, and if I win it, I'm going to come after you. That's if you're still champion. And I was like, okay. And it's always interesting when they try to bring some seriousness to the comedic character. We know he's not going to win the Rumble. But it's nice to see, and I would like to see these two have a matchup.
Now, I'm going to put you on a spot, though. What if he does win the Royal Rumble?
That'd be fucking fabulous.
Hey, you know what? I wouldn't enjoy it because I don't think he would win at WrestleMania. But it's something different.
It is
I'm
different.
sick of the old. But then
I wouldn't be mad.
I'm going to be a hypocrite because I'm always so sick and tired of these old heads winning it. And R-Truth is goddamn near 50. No, he is 50. All these old heads would know. I would be upset. Can't be a hypocrite.
But the thing is, the difference is that R-Truth old head is
That's
always
true.
wrestling.
He is there week in and week out.
It's not like he's one of these part-timers.
You're right.
That's
so,
true.
no, I wouldn't be a hypocrite then. You know what? Then, yes, I'll be okay with it.
Well, see, now I'm going to stretch it even further. Because you just said, okay, if he wins the Royal Rumble, he's not going to win at WrestleMania. But what if he does?
I wouldn't be
wouldn't
upset.
be mad.
I wouldn't either. And the thing that you just said, Mimi, was correct. You know, the difference between him and all these other old asses like John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and The Rock. Sorry, and I love them guys. I love them, but
He loves John Cena.
They don't They don't wrestle like he does. You know, he still wrestles. He's still out there. You know, so no, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't. I you know why I would be mad is if these damn IWC motherfuckers has a problem with it. It's like,
Dumb.
you know, it's like, Jesus. But no, I would, no. I'd be so pissed at them, and I'd be, Jesus Christ, Mimi. Mimi just went ghetto. My God.
Mimi said, Christmas past, mofos. We got 364 days to make up for it now. All right, moving on.
For Mimi, it's not going to be a New Year, New Me thing. That shit's gone past.
Next up, we had the Usos in the club up against Sanity in the bar. All right, a little bit different here. And then but we had New Day and commentary. Not really a fan of that. But
again, with them on commentary, why?
They have to put them out there. They have to push them because they are the.
It's stupid.
Unfortunately, they're the most popular team.
They're not the champions.
They're the most popular team.
But they're not the champions.
They're not popular.
They normally do that and reserve that for the people that are champions wanting to watch the match. Who the fuck is
the
New
most
Day?
high-selling people in WWE right now? I hate it. I'm with you guys.
Tony,
Garbage.
don't you have this shirt?
No, that.
He does.
He does. Oh, he does. I thought so.
But yeah, so he's just like, fuck you guys, I'm going home. But yeah, so, this match was great. I thought it was good. The club ends up getting the pin over the bar. So that's definitely, I want to see a title shot for them real soon. And I can see them winning it, which will be awesome. It'll be a new year, new thing.
I hope so.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Mustafa Ali against Andrade Cien Almas. And,
really?
I mean,
I was mad.
You know what? It goes with, hey, Andrade can win the Rumble. I like this because this moves. Listen, you can't go in there hot. Nobody goes into the Rumble winning. Because when they win the Rumble, it's like, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. So I think this is what they're going for. Listen, Ali needs to get fan base. People need to get behind him, and I think
that's
the way to
true,
do it.
But at the expense of Cien Almas, it's not.
Exactly. All they've been doing is making him be a fucking jobber.
Listen, there ain't nothing wrong with being a jobber, all right?
It's nothing but not Andrade Cien Almas.
Pero no. No, I get it. I'm with you guys. But I think this is all with, Andrade's going to win the Rumble. That's my gut. But it was a good match. I love the back and forth action. And Mustafa Ali, the dude is pulling out stuff that we don't see on the regular.
He's hot. He's hot.
And it's true. I mean, but my question is this, okay? Because they made it a big deal about him not being in 205. He's exclusively for SmackDown now. What's that say about the other guys in 205? I'm sorry to say, he's not the greatest out of all of them. He's not the best wrestler out of all of them because you got Buddy Murphy who will go toe-to-toe with anybody. You got Cedric Alexander who will go toe-to-toe with anybody. And there might be one or two more. But, I mean, not discrediting Mustafa Ali at all. If he got that spot, he earned it and he deserved it. But you can what's that say about the guys in 205 Live?
That they're carrying the show. And they got to stay there. And also, look at what's the difference with Ali. His name is Mustafa Ali. He's Middle Eastern, but he's not portraying that character.
Yeah.
So it's a breath of fresh air.
But I also think that's why they're pushing him. Because he is Middle Eastern, and they are going back to Saudi Arabia
again.
They got 10-year contract.
They're going back next year. Yeah, they got a 10-year contract.
So
they're already what was it? I think I read it the other day that they gave the date on when they're going to be there. I think I want to say November. Or it might be earlier, maybe summertime, maybe that they're going back there. They already announced it, but I just found it funny because when I read that, it was about a month ago. I want to say it was shortly after Mustafa Ali made his debut, and then I was kind of like, well, that's why they're pushing him. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole, this guy is gonna have the title. You watch. By the time they go to Saudi Arabia,
I think you have a title match in Saudi Arabia,
or a title match. Yeah, yep. Guarantee it. Because why else would they push this kid? Why else? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I brought up the fact of you got Buddy Murphy, who I think is better than Mustafa Ali, and Cedric Alexander, who's better than Mustafa Ali, in my opinion.
Andrade Cien Lema.
Well, wow, have another drink.
Él es más mejor que él. I was talking español, pendejo.
You were talking Spanish.
Cálmate.
But no, it's Andrade's not 205. I'm talking about 205. I don't know. It's just I don't want to seem like I'm bashing the guy because he is talented and he's good. But for me, how I'm looking at it is that they're only pushing him because he's Middle Eastern, and they need that Middle Eastern person.
We'll see how
because it was just like when they were touring in India. All of a sudden, Jinder Mahal was champion. Somebody that came out the woodworks and became champion. Okay.
Well, that was just like,
and now he's a joke
with TJP. He should have never won the Cruiserweight Classic. So it's just like a lot of people get handed things that they shouldn't be getting. But at the end of the day, it's what you do with it. And I think Mustafa Ali is definitely going to run with this. So,
and he is. And I don't want to seem like I'm discrediting him or anything like that. But how I'm looking at it, and then maybe I shouldn't, but how I'm looking at it is because it was like as soon as they announced the date, all of a sudden they giving this kid a push.
Come on, man. Yeah, I got you. I feel you. I'm Tony. I feel you, son. I'm here for you, son. I feel you.
All right. I hope you. I wish you didn't feel me, but I hear what you're saying.
Next up, we have Miz TV, where the Miz just begged Shane McMahon to be on his team, and now they're a tag team. All right. Finally.
Let me tell you something. They better get somewhere with this quick. I'm talking yesterday.
Yes, you're right. Next up, we had Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe.
Ridiculous.
This match ended in a DQ. Jeff Hardy got disqualified after going too far. This has to lead.
Went a little nuts there.
This needs to lead to Samoa Joe having a victory, right? He ended up choking Jeff Hardy out. I love the pent-up aggression from Jeff Hardy, but this has to lead to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe has been making everybody so much better. He's been building people up, and it's his turn. It's his turn. I can see him winning the Rumble. He needs to win this feud with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Wow. Rick is building up a Samoan.
I love me some Samoa Joe. And last but not least, Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This was a great match, back and forth action. If they didn't freaking release it, I would have been way more excited seeing Rusev win the title.
True.
Because the way he won it, the back and forth, you didn't know the false finishes, crazy ending. Rusev wins the United States Championship, new champion. What's going to happen with Rusev? Is he going to carry this into WrestleMania, or it's going to be a short-lived title reign?
Who's he going to feud with? No?
I mean,
because obviously he's not. For me, I don't think he'll be in the Royal Rumble.
Maybe
if he is, he ain't gonna win.
Definitely not. But it's
Yeah,
who could he feud with? Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
That's if they go back to SmackDown. EC3, I can see.
So it'll be interesting. Shelton Benjamin,
but he's got to be a heel though.
You think Rusev has to be a heel or EC3?
No, EC3.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they cannot do the Bobby Roode to EC3.
Oh, no.
And they will.
No, they cannot.
EC3
I'm still, honestly, even though I'm starting to dig the tag with him and Chad, I still want to see him turn on him.
Oh, absolutely. He has to turn on him. We can't have that for too long.
No. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No, but that... Oh, and then SmackDown didn't end there, people. It did not end there. It ended
SmackDown
with AJ Styles walking to the back and Vince McMahon saying, "Oh, what's your name?"
Yeah, what is that?
AJ Styles. Oh, yeah. Who are you? I'm the phenomenal one. Yeah. What? I'm the man that built SmackDown Live. I'm the one that runs the place. I'm the champ that runs the camp. Yeah. Well, what about that? Well, what are you going to do with that? Well, I'll tell you right now what I'm going to do with it, Vince. You keep asking me the same goddamn question. I'm answering it. I'm AJ Styles, a phenomenal one. I'm the champ that runs the goddamn camp. You know, this is the house that AJ Styles built. What are you talking about, Vince? Well, I'm telling you right now, I don't see it. I need to see it. Ruthless aggression. Well, I'll tell you. Well, how in darn name do you think I'm going to do that ruthless aggression? That happened 10 goddamn years ago. Well, I'm telling you right now, you gotta grab the brass ring. Well, how am I supposed to grab this brass ring and don't exist? Well, I'm telling you, I'm gonna slap you in the face. Slaps him in the goddamn face, and then AJ Styles says, what boy, you gonna slap me in my face? I'm gonna punch you in your mouth, old man. Knocks him down to his knees, and says, Vince, are you alright? Vince, are you alright? I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Great replay.
What an ending to SmackDown Live. Did not see that coming.
What do you think is going to come out of it?
I have no clue. I thought that for the fact that AJ was going to Raw. I didn't see this coming.
No, not at all. I didn't see
what?
it.
He can't be a heel. Don't make him heel.
Exactly.
Unless that's where they go. I mean, there's too many heels.
Yeah.
Ruthless aggression. What's he going to do?
I don't know. This is going to be... I don't know.
SmackDown left us a little goosebumps and everything. Like, ooh, what's going to happen for the next year? And that is your SmackDown breakdown. It's now time for NXT POV. And as Mauro Ronaldo would say, Mamma Mia!
It's cold.
I love it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. So NXT opens up with the Fatal 4-Way for the number one contender for the women's title. Bianca Belair versus Io Shirai versus Lacey Evans versus Mia Yim. Bianca Belair is still undefeated. It was a good match. You can't complain when you watch a good match like that.
True.
But yeah, so looks like Lacey Evans is going up. Bianca Belair is moving on to the title picture.
Yep.
Io Shirai, everybody's talking about how much they love her, but what's gonna happen with her? Mia Yim, Royal Rumble, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
I got something for the book.
What?
Oh.
Bianca's stupid motherfucking scare.
Bianca Belair's stupid motherfucking hair. We can't call it that, though.
No.
Think of something.
I just said Bianca hair.
How about bitch Bianca's hair?
Her bitchy weave.
Her bitchy weave.
Or we can say
pony
Bianca
weave.
Belair's clipping hair.
Ah, there we go.
Bianca
Belair's clipping hair.
All right.
In hair.
Bianca Belair, your clip-on hair. You just made the book.
Thank you.
There you go.
Next up, we had Jackson Riker versus Mitch Taverna, and Jackson Riker and the Forgotten Sons win.
Now, Mitch Taverna, it's actually his real name is Mike Taverna. A good friend of mine. He made it. But the thing of it is, like, he posted it and acted like it wasn't a big deal. So I'm going to have a talk with him. Be like, yo, Mike.
He didn't want to mark out.
I guess not.
Yeah.
No, because he posted, he goes, well, we all have to start somewhere. It's like, dude, you should be happy.
So, give me his spot.
He calls himself Mr. Superman.
You can't have his spot, Rick. You might hurt your finger again.
That's true.
That's true. I gotta, listen, I'm sorry, fans, if I got you hyped about a return. You never want to push yourself, especially just like they said on Wrestling POV Global last week. You don't want to be a legend and go to these house shows and stuff and do things to make yourself look stupid. You don't want to make the fans upset.
Jesus
but you're right,
Christ.
Mimi. Yeah, I can't tease the fans like that. I'm sorry, guys. But what are they doing with this Jackson Riker dude?
I don't know.
It's getting a little bit like the NXT's really dragging things out now.
They are, yeah.
It's the end of the year.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, it's true. Next week we're gonna have Matt Riddle versus Cassius. Oh no.
Jesus.
And then last but not least, we got an NXT Tag Team title match. The Undisputed Era versus Heavy Machinery. Oh, I wonder who's gonna win this match, guys.
Yep.
God almighty. The Undisputed Era wins the match. Heavy Machinery, they're moving up to the main roster, so obviously we knew who was going to win this match. Heavy Machinery is not ready. I'm going to continue to say it. They're not ready for the main roster. I don't like the little worm thing that the smaller gremlin does. They are not ready. But that is your NXT POV. It is now time for the good, the bad, and the ugly of wrestling this week.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I got the good. So, I'm going to go with the ending of SmackDown. It was interesting to see Vince get slapped. Haven't seen that in a while. Hopefully it leads to a good push, maybe, for, even though he already had a push, but I think this is going to be something bigger than him having the title, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Now, just a little tidbit about that. Apparently that line that Vince said, that was between an actual conversation him and AJ Styles had when AJ Styles first went to WWE and had his match on Raw. When after his match, AJ's match, he went to the back, and that conversation that line that he said, "What I need to say what's in your heart, kid. I need all that shit." That's what he actually told him when he went to the back after his match. He basically said, "I've seen a lot of guys have the same match. Yours was nothing special." And then that whole line that he said on SmackDown, that was apparently the same line he told AJ when after his match, the day after the Royal Rumble, and he wrestled and he went to the back. That conversation happened. So
Wow, Tony, who told you all that I said that?
You called me and told me, man.
That was a private conversation. Tony, you're fired.
Oh, my God. All right. But that's all I got for the good. For me,
all right, well, with the bad, where can I begin? The bad, I would have to go with what would I say is the bad? I have to go with the New Day on commentary. I don't like it. It's really bad. It's very distracting. We had a great tag team match, but you can't focus. You see the fans reacting to wanting to get pancakes and stuff like that, and it's just like, dude, call the match. If you're gonna call the match, just call it. Don't be distracting while doing it. So I would have to go with the bad part. It definitely has to be New Day on commentary. Mimi, the ugly.
Mimi's ugly was Natalya and Ronda Rousey.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Natalya talking through the whole thing step by step. I knew what they were going to do, and I'm not a wrestler. So imagínate.
You know what? Speaking of the book. No. Well, go ahead, Rick, before I say this. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, the real ugly is her dirty nose.
Well, speaking of her dirty nose, I want to put in the book Natalya's brown nose.
Natalya the brown-nosed reindeer?
Natalya the brown-nosed reindeer has to go into the book. Now, I'm making the call today. This is only going to be a 1 week thing because I'm pretty sure that ain't going to happen again. But if it does... So, Rick, go ahead and do the honors.
All right. Well, Natalya the brown-nosed reindeer, you just made the book. Happy holidays.
Yep.
All right. Well, with that being said, it's now time for Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. every Wednesday after NXT at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, you go to our Facebook page at Wrestling POV, and you go to our page and you go to our post where we tell you to either use the thumbs up for SmackDown, the heart for Raw, or the smiley face for NXT, and you cast your vote. And we listen to you, and we take your vote into consideration. We don't pick it, but we take it into consideration. So right now, you guys, we voted on Raw has 9, NXT has 8, and SmackDown has 3. Currently, the fans voted this week. They voted in favor of SmackDown 48% to NXT's 43% to Raw's 9%.
Damn.
I just want to put out there, the fans, they got it right this week. I believe them 100%. I went with SmackDown, NXT, and Raw.
Yeah.
The fans
and only because for me it was the whole and I agree with you, Rick. If I wasn't spoiled of the fact that Rusev won the title, I would have enjoyed that match a little bit more. Even though it was a good match, I would have enjoyed it that much more if I didn't know. Mm-hmm. And plus the ending, it's like, all right, where are they going with this? So I'm interested. I got invested in that part. Raw was just terrible. NXT was NXT, but it did better than Raw. Mm-hmm. So.
All right, so there you go. SmackDown's going to end the year with a win.
Finally.
By golly.
They're still in third place.
They're still in third place.
Still in third place, but don't call it a comeback.
I think you said that about 6 months ago.
It is now Raw 9, NXT 8, and SmackDown with 4. All right, so
yeah,
I think it's time for our top 10. No?
Yeah. Yes. All right, so it's the end of the year. Earlier in the year, between me, Rick, and Mimi, we did a top 10 like every month. We always switched it up week to week, and we had a vote on which one was better for the month. We stopped because we just had too much shit to do. So now I figured, this is the last episode of the year. I figured why not just do one for the whole year, the rest of the year, the times that we had missed of the top 10. So it's just between me and Rick. Rick, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
All right, my number 10 spot is an honorary spot. I'm going to give number 10 to Roman Reigns. I think the guy busted his butt for most of the year. He was the top dog. I mean, he was champion. And, I think he's proven his worth, and I'm going to give him the honorary 10th spot. Okay. At number 9, I'm going with Samoa Joe. I think, like I said, Samoa Joe has been carrying a lot of storylines lately. He's wrestled injured. He's barely taken days off, and his storylines always have that creepy vibe. But again, he's really been pushing a lot of superstars. I hope he gets the push he deserves. Yeah. At number 8, I'm going with Rusev. I think from beginning of the year to where he's at now, he's finally champion. He's done everything that the WWE has asked of him. He's been entertaining, and now he's gotten the title opportunity that he's deserved. At number 7, I'm going with NXT man, Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh.
I think as champion, he's a great heel. I just can't stand him and Johnny Gargano going back and forth, but with all his other matches, especially with Velveteen Dream, great match. I gave Tommaso Ciampa the 7th spot. At number 6, another NXT man, Adam Cole, baby! Listen, he won Match of the Year for Wrestling POV, so I have to put him in there. And what he's been doing with the Undisputed Era has been phenomenal. I mean, it's a great group. So I go with Adam Cole at number 6. At number 5, another NXT man. I'm going with Velveteen Dream. I think he absolutely deserves a push. He better come out during the Royal Rumble. He absolutely deserves it. He's earned it. He's had great matches. I believe he had 2 matches in the finals in the bracket of 8 for our vault, and he's done great. At number 4, as much as I think this guy is overrated, I have to go with Seth Rollins at number 4. He's been carrying Monday Night Raw for most of the year, ever since Michael Cole dubbed the line, "He's on fire." So that's all Michael Cole said for a long time, and obviously he turned it around. Number 3, I have to go with Drew McIntyre. The man is been carrying Dolph Ziggler. He's been carrying himself, and he's been carrying a lot of entertainment on Monday Night Raw. So I gotta go with number 3, Drew McIntyre. Number 2, come on. Is there anybody doing it better than Bing 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 Ricochet? I think Ricochet has done great work. Match of the year, and every match that he's been involved in has been great. Can't question anything he's been doing. Also, just an honorable mention, AJ Styles. I wanted to put him in the number 10, number 9 spot. I just was not impressed by this title run of his. I am very intrigued at where he's going to go with it. So if I had to put AJ, I would have put him in the 10 spot, 9 spot. And at number 1, the man, Becky Lynch. I think she has carried the women's division in SmackDown. She has torn the house down. She's made women's wrestling relevant again. Becky Lynch as the number 1 superstar in WWE for my year-end review.
All right. Well, we did say men.
No,
she is the man.
No, gotta stop with that shit. All right, so that's Rick. This is mine. Now I'm gonna tell you this much: I did not have an NXT guy in mind because I figured they deserved their own little top 10 because there was a lot of them. There was a lot of them. So I just stuck with strictly the WWE guys, the main roster. So here's my top 10. At number 10. I went with Finn Balor. I thought Finn Balor was a workhorse. I don't give a damn what anybody said. He didn't get pushed as much as I thought he would, but he was out there. He was still doing his thing. He's now starting to climb back up again, so
yes,
I give him credit. Number 9, I got Cien Almas. I got at number 9. He came out. He's doing his thing, even though I just don't like the fact that he lost to Mustafa Ali. But like you said, Rick, I think he's high up there to win the Royal Rumble this year. So I see him at number 9 because he hasn't done that much. At number 8, I initially had Dean Ambrose, but I'm like, for me, the only thing he stuck out with, the heel turn. So I took him off.
Yeah.
So I put in his spot Samoa Joe.
Okay.
Samoa Joe, even though he was plagued with the injury, every time he steps in the ring, he tells a story. You know, like you said, this thing, he loves putting people over. He knows how to put people over, but he loses. It's like, no, his time's got to turn around. He's another favorite to win the Royal Rumble, in my opinion. But I thought the number 8 spot was good for him. At number 7, I give it to Shinsuke Nakamura. It was probably one of the worst title runs I've ever seen, but still, at least he got the title. He had a good feud with AJ Styles. The turn, everything, I thought it was good. They could have done more, and I think that's what screwed him, is because they could have done so much more, and they didn't. Number 6, y'all going to be shocked with this, but I gave it to Rusev.
Wow.
Because of the simple fact the Rusev thing just took off. There was so many times where I say they because him and Aiden English should have won the tag team titles while they were hot. But maybe it was a good thing because now he won the U.S. title and people are still behind the whole Rusev Day thing. Number 5, I got Seth Rollins because the guy is a workhorse. He does have a good match, even though they are starting to be repetitive. He still does throw a good match, so I got to give him that much credit. Number 4, I gave it to Drew McIntyre. I really wanted to put him much higher, but with the other 3 that I got, he just came in and he's still tearing up the house. I do see a big push for him. He's another favorite to win the Royal Rumble. Number 3, I put Roman Reigns. Sorry to say, he was Universal Champion. They told a story with him to try to get there. Unfortunately, the way it ended, it was very sad. And, I couldn't put him any lower than that. I think number 3 spot was good for him. The number 2 spot, I gave to Braun Strowman.
Wow.
I thought he was going to say Brock Lesnar.
I think that would have been the end of the show.
Yeah.
No, Braun Strowman, I got to give that guy credit. Even though I think there's so much more they can do with him, they still did enough to where everybody still repeats, get these hands. Even though for me it's played out. But, yeah, sir, it's like, but I think number 2 spot is good for him because
He's the people's champion.
yeah, well, you could say that. Yeah, he's for the people. And my number 1 spot, I gave it to AJ Styles. The man had the belt for a very long time, over a year. You got to give him that much credit. Even though he's I think he'd be better as a heel, but he had some remarkable matches. He did really good this year, and he's going to do more. You watch. So that's my number 1 spot.
All right. Wow.
That was like, we all knew that was going to be his number 1, right?
No, I've criticized AJ for a while.
Yo, if you look at all of Tony's top 10s, at number 1, if you go back, AJ Styles. At number 1, AJ Styles.
It's
The
true.
female top 10, AJ Styles.
The mother's top 10.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
The soccer
Haircut
mom.
of the year, AJ
You
Styles.
cannot tell me that the guy's not a workhorse. You know,
He is.
when I saw him here in Las Cruces, it was a match that meant nothing, and he
peed
still
his pants.
treated it. And he still treated it like if it was a WrestleMania match, you know. So you got to give the guy credit. Shut up.
He did a little pee-pee in his pants. He was like,
No, that did not happen.
Man.
Post your comments on our Facebook page if you liked my list or you liked Rick's list, or if you thought it was just haberdashers that that this.
Or if you
that
thought
the
it was
list
intoxicating.
or if you thought it was intoxicating. Jesus Christ.
Give us a little telly. Oh.
It is the new year, so it might as well be intoxicating. It's the intoxicating episode.
Yes.
Lord. Maybe what do you think about both our top 10 lists?
I think it was a mixture
Of?
of both. I like both.
Okay.
Except
Okay, if
for
you
AJ
ask my
Styles being
opinion,
number 1.
my top 10 would be Ryback.
All right, so let's get Rick, yeah, slap him.
Hey, why are you hitting me? Because you're
My
talking
top
about
10
Ryback
would
in
be
2018.
Nia
Nia Jax,
Jax,
Nia Jax.
Oh,
Nia
no. Tony Smacker.
Nah, she's pointing the knife at me.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so it's time for the Wrestling POV's book. If you are new to the show, basically what we do is we put the most ridiculous things, and that's it. I mean, we just talk about it, get a good laugh, and if it's something that happened during the weeks of wrestling, then we talk about it and say how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, so it's rather intoxicating.
It's rather intoxicating. You know what? That word might go in the book. All right, so you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, WWE writers.
Stays.
New Day's pancake stays.
Stays.
Baron Corbin's outfit stays.
Stays.
Road Dogg stays.
Stays.
Pittsburgh crowd, they haven't gotten here. When did they go there?
They went there for NXT, but they don't go there for
I think they.
shows yet.
Shit, I think
They
they
knew
know.
they're in the top 10.
Exactly. Brie Bella's botches.
I think we might have to make our lifer.
Exactly. John Cena. No, she should be coming back. Her and Nikki because of the tag team.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So we'll be seeing this soon. John Cena's hair don't.
We'll find out on
We'll
SmackDown.
find out.
Oh shit, that's right. I thought he was coming back for Raw.
He's
both.
the first
Both?
appearance in SmackDown, yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
goes both ways.
He goes both ways. Whoa. Cassius Ohno's cottage cheese thighs.
No.
Stays.
Tamina's leotard jacket.
Stays.
Natalia's saliva lip.
It could come off.
It
You can
definitely
take
will
that off because it got
Yeah.
replaced.
Yeah, because it got replaced. All right, so let's take that off. All right, where is it? Natalia's saliva lip. All right. Shane McMahon's damn ego. That fucking stays.
Stays.
Velveteen Dream's baba lip.
It could come off.
It could come off because he hasn't been there in a while, and I'm
True.
predicting a main roster.
when he has showed them, they have no baba lips.
Eh. Drake Maverick's pee-pee. I think that can come off, too.
that could come off.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan's fickle stays, though.
Fickle!
I crack up with this one. Apollo Crews' Stinky Piggy.
It's stanky.
I just want to keep it on there just so I can keep saying it. New entrant from last week, Rick's missing phone. It's still missing. The new entrant into the book, Bianca Blair's clipping hair.
Stays.
And another new entrant into the book, Natalia's brown-nosed reindeer.
That's going to be hard to get out.
That is going to be hard to get out because I think they're still going to be feuding anyway, so we'll see what happens.
See how many times her nose goes up her ass.
I know, right? Jesus Christ. Let me tell you something. If her nose goes somewhere near her ass, it's staying in the book.
Yes.
But if it doesn't, then I think we can take it off. So I think that's the end of the show, peeps.
Yeah, I think we should do one thing, Tony. I think we should all come up with one thing that we would love to see in the year 2019 in WWE.
Okay.
All right. So I would love to see Andrade Cien Almas with the WWE title by the year's end of next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, I think a really good match I would like to see. I would have to go with. I want to see Drew McIntyre, honestly, with the heavyweight championship. I also want to see Ricochet being called up with a match against AJ Styles for the belt.
You're right.
I would love to see that match between them two.
One.
It would be a really good match. Mimi?
I would love to see the man Becky Lynch against Ronda Rousey.
Rousey.
Ronda
Rousey.
And I would love to see Wrestling POV Podcast become the #1 podcast in the world.
And we are.
We are. So shut up, Miguel.
Right?
Oh, you make me shut up. No, you shut up. Oh, you make me. Oh, we'll go at it.
That being said, that is the end of the show. So, before we close the show, I gonna play a song. Basically, it's Jesus, Mimi. Basically, what it is that I play a song off my playlist. It's I have over 300 songs that I'm going to play. We just guess. That's all you do. Once you guess what it is, you just keep it to yourself. Keep points if you want to, okay? And post it on our thing and on our Facebook page if you want to.
Tony's a little intoxicated.
I'm a little intoxicated. That coquito, man. It's got like 3-4 shots in that bitch. Anyway. So, that's how we do. It's the last song of the year, folks. So that way we ride off into the sunset. And, and that's it, right?
Yeah. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
So, and happy holidays if we didn't say that last week.
Happy Chanukah, Kwanzaa.
Happy Chanukah and Kwanzaa.
And Christmas.
And all that other shit. But most of all, stay safe, people. Please don't drink and drive. All right?
Yeah.
If you're listening to the podcast, drink with us. Yeah, but don't drink and drive. Goddamn. So, with that being said, I'm your host, Tony Diaz, along with
Mimi Goody.
And the third wheel,
Rick Serrano the third.
And our intern,
Miguel Cole. Happy New Year!
Love, peace, and wrestling. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Next year.
Wait a minute. We'll see you next year.
Peace out. Happy New Year.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
I am the man. I am the master. And I am the ruler. of the world.
That's Snitsky?
The game we play
Nope.
is simple.
The master.
2 men enter. 1 man survives.
Is that Heisenberg?
No.
Heidenreich?
No.
Oh, Psycho Sid. What's wrong with me?
I was like, as soon as he said, I'm the master and the ruler of the world, I'm like, you gotta know that. All right, you know what? I'll play one more. Hold on. That was one of his old ones, too, I think.
That's the original Psycho Sid.
Yeah. All right, one more. Ready?
Yes.
Last one of the year.
Sanity.
Yep. I can't wait for Nikki Cross to finally.
I know. I want her there so bad right now.
Even though she was there ready, but still.
But she's only been there really mostly for house shows.
No, she had to fight against Becky.
Yeah, but
on SmackDown.
But she needs to. She's mostly on the house show. She needs to be there.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying on TV.
On TV, full-time basis, full time.
Merry New Year.